Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, we'll be showing you how to replace the ignition coil on this 1997 Pontiac Sunfire with a 2.2 liter in it. This is basically the same as any 2.2 liter or 2.4 liter 1995 to 05 Cavalier or Sunfire. The only tools you'll need are a 6mm socket and ratchet with an extension. In this video, I do it from underneath the vehicle. That's how I recommend it. I have been told that you can do it from above, but you can't really see anything and it's pretty difficult. So if you do it my way, you will need a jack and jack stands to raise and support your vehicle.
Okay, so to replace an ignition coil, it's actually best to go up underneath the car, and you can see here's the axle, and then this is the coil. Hard to get my arm up in there to point it out. The coil's right there. First, mark the plug wires. Okay, now to mark these wires, I'm just going to kind of use the Roman numeral method. On the top one, I'm just going to put one mark. On the second one, I'm going to put 2 marks. Third one, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 marks, and the fourth one I'm just going to leave unmarked. So number 1's got 1 mark, the second one down has 2 marks, third one has 3 marks, and the fourth one is unmarked. And so now I can remove those plug wires. But you want to kind of reach up above them, get your hands on them, and pull them off. And obviously if you're replacing one coil, you might as well replace them both since you're underneath here, and if one's gone bad, then the other one's probably not far behind it. And if you can, it's good to give these wires just a little bit of a twist, and then you might find that the boots pull off a little easier. Okay, so looking up in here, you can see that there's one bolt, and then up above is the other bolt. Okay, and then the other bolts are basically right diagonally across. You can't really, there's no good way to film them. That one bolt that we could see is here, and then the other bolt goes in right here. Okay, so we're going to take those 2 bolts per coil out, and they're either 6mm or actually 7/32s works if you have standard size tools. And obviously you want to be working up here when the engine is cold, because you're working next to your exhaust pipe. Okay, so there's one bolt out. Okay, there's the other bolt. And I can reach up in here and pull that. You're going to pull it straight out and then down. Okay, and you can see on there's a 1 and a 4. Okay, so this bottom one, the top one is cylinder number 1, and the bottom one's cylinder number 4. So if you do have a code and you're getting a code misfire of a 1 or a 4, you know it's the bottom coil you got to replace. And if you're getting a misfire of 2 or 3, it's the top one. Again, if you're getting a misfire on 1, you might as well replace them both, because like I said, if one's failing, the other one's probably not far behind. Okay, so here's our original coil. Here's the coil from 1A Auto. Okay, everything's the same. It's going to bolt up all the same. Obviously it doesn't have the 1 or the 4 because it's intended to replace either one. If you wanted to, you could just use a little bit of paint or something and paint the 1 and the 4 on there, so you knew which ones. But like I did before, is I just marked the plug wires from top to bottom as they came down. I didn't necessarily mark them with which cylinder they pertain to. Okay, so the 1 hour one's going to bolt in. It's going to work great, no problem. You can see where I took the coil from. Okay, those are the 2 prongs. Those prongs go into the coil right there. So when you're putting it back up in there, you want to be careful to not bend those prongs or anything. Okay, so I'm going to put it back up in there. Okay, I'm going to go straight at the prongs. Straight at the prongs. I'm going to kind of lightly just kind of dance back and forth here until I feel the right spot, and then push on. And now grab a bolt and put the bolt in and start it. It's seated in there. Okay. Take my other bolt, load it up in my wrench, and go up in between. Just kind of feel for the hole. Get it started. Okay, and then these need to be tight, but not too incredibly tight. And then here are my wires. We'll find the one with a single mark on it. That one's got 2 marks. That one's got 1 mark, so I'm going to put it up top. Okay. This one's got 2 marks on it. Put a second one from the top. Okay, that one appears to have no marks. That one's got 3 marks. And that has no marks, so it's number 4. Or 4th from the bottom anyways. Okay, and there you go.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.